Hey guys, Chris Gesualdi here, Executive Chef at Metropolis Country Club. I hope all of you are safe and feeling good. We're very excited to do a video for you today. What we're going to do today is chicken piccata. It's going to be a very quick, tasty dish. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to prepare your chicken. Going to just cut it on an angle, about 1/2 inch thick. Try to wear gloves so you don't cross-contaminate. We've covered the whole table with plastic wrap. Put one more slice of, or one more piece of plastic on the table. And we're gonna place our chicken on top of the plastic, leaving enough space so we can pound it very lightly. You can do this a day ahead of time and just keep it in the plastic till you're ready to cook it. You can do it with fish, you can do it with beef, you can do it with veal. You don't even have to pound it, but this cooks so much quicker when it's pounded and you'll never have to worry about it being undercooked. So just lightly pound it because it's very tender to begin with. You could also bread this if you like. Beautiful. Besides that, it's my favorite day of the week. It's Tuesday, okay? Okay, so we'll go over the ingredients for the recipe. I have everything on my little cutting board here in the order that I'm going to be adding them to the pan. We have 1 tablespoon of minced onions. Usually I use shallots. I didn't find any in the store, so I use a white onion. You can use red onion if you like. 2 teaspoons of capers. We have 6 pieces of baby artichokes. That's basically 2 whole baby artichokes cut into 6 pieces. We have a tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of white wine, 1/2 cup of chicken stock or chicken broth, 2 teaspoons of cold butter, and 1/2 teaspoon of minced parsley. What we're gonna do now is season the chicken with salt and pepper, and then we're going to dredge it into all-purpose flour. The all-purpose flour is going to give you a little bit of crust and nice even color. If you're gluten-free and can't have flour, you can use cornstarch if you like, potato starch, or you don't have to put anything. So we're going to just take off this top plastic. A little salt and pepper. And you put the amount of salt and pepper you like. Okay. You don't want to dredge this in the flour too early or it's going to get very sticky. So basically you want to dredge it in the flour and cook it right away. So pat off the extra. Okay, come over here, Samantha. Samantha's my daughter. She's the photographer today. We've already preheated the pan. You can just put the oil in, dump in what you like, but I measured 3 tablespoons so you know how much oil is in there. And you need to have oil in there so you get even color in the pan. Even color on your chicken, okay? I used canola oil, high smoking point. We're going to turn that up. Want the pan almost to be smoking. How do you know when the oil's hot enough? I just take the corner of the chicken and stick it in there and see what happens. It needs to get a little bit hotter. So basically what's going to happen here is we're going to brown the chicken on both sides. We're going to remove the chicken from the pan. And then we're going to check and see how much fat we have in the pan. We don't need a lot of fat in the pan, so we're going to dump it all out. And then we're going to add our shallots. We leave just a tiny bit of oil in there for the shallots. Add the shallots, cook for like 20 seconds. Then we're going to add the capers and the artichokes, saute them for a little bit. We could put a little pinch of salt also. And then we're going to add the lemon juice and the white wine and reduce it dry. Otherwise, you're going to have a very acidic sauce. We're going to add the chicken stock and the butter and cook it till we see bubbles basically covering the whole bottom of the pan with like a coating consistency. And at the same time, we'll add the chicken back to the pan to reheat it. We'll plate the chicken, and then we're going to come over to our second pan, and we're going to saute baby spinach. I have 2 cups of baby spinach, and I have 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in this pan, because now you want to use a fat with more flavor, like butter or extra virgin olive oil, because you're not really going to smoke the pan. And then we're going to plate it, and I'll have my daughter taste it for you. Check that pan. You hear that sizzle? Place it in the pan away from you, so if it splatters, it doesn't splatter on you. It splatters on the stove. I don't know what's worse, splattering on the stove and hearing your wife complain about it, or burning yourself. I think I'd rather get burned. So if that's a little too much oil for you, put 2 tablespoons. So we're going to look for a nice golden brown color. That looks good. It feels good when you eat it, and it gives flavor and color to your sauce. You can see I've changed my gloves already 3 times. I probably washed my hands 50 times already today. And that's not just because of the coronavirus. That's just the right thing to do. You can start to see the color on the sides of the chicken here. So just check. Want a little more color than that. I have a little too much fat in there at the moment, so I just dump a little out. So it's basically halfway cooked already. You can see how opaque it's getting on the sides. But I'm not going to tell you to brown the chicken for 3 to 7 minutes, because there's obviously a lot of time between 3 and 7 minutes. When you're cooking, always see what's going on in the pan. We'll turn it over. Beautiful color. Beautiful color. And beautiful color. Anytime you're cooking at high heat like this, there's always going to be a little splatter. So try to clean up when you can. I'm really not used to cleaning up after myself. I always have people do it for me, but I'm going to do it. I might as well get it on video. And a lot of people are going to not take the chicken out of the pan and just continue with the recipe. I prefer to take the chicken out of the pan and then focus on my sauce and then reintroduce the chicken later. Get a nice color on each side of the pan, each side of the chicken. I'm gonna take the chicken out and put it in this dish. A tiny bit of oil in there. I'm gonna dump out a little bit more. Don't need such high heat anymore. So first thing in the pan, shallots. Okay, next thing in the pan, capers. Artichokes. Normally I would put a little bit of salt at this time, but because I'm using beef broth that I bought, it has a little bit of salt in it, so I want to be careful with the salt. Off the fire, I'm going to add the lemon juice and the white wine. Always add alcohol off the fire, it will flame. Cook it down till it's dry. What I mean by dry, there'll be no more wine in the pan. It'll be almost like a glaze. You could see how much care goes into making a very simple dish like this. But just set yourself up like I did, have everything ready, and cooking is easy at that point. If you're organized and all over the place, it gets a little stressful. You can see the pan is nice and dry. Gonna add the chicken stock. I have a half a cup here, and I have more on it ready just in case I need it. And cold butter. Gonna let that come to a nice boil. And then we'll start looking at our consistency. I'm going to turn that all the way up. Then I'll turn it back down. While we're waiting for that, we're going to cook the spinach. I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil in my pan. You can use butter if you want. You can add garlic if you want. Again, if you're not sure if the pan is hot, just put a piece in there. Turn it up a little bit. Gonna taste the sauce. Definitely getting there. Little pinch of salt, little pepper, you can cook the spinach so it's wilted, or you can cook it all the way. You're going to cook it till those bubbles cover like the entire side of the pan, center of the pan. Okay, spinach is going to come out. I like to put it on a paper towel so that we don't ruin our beautiful sauce with any liquid that's going to come out. We're going to add the chicken back to the pan. Let's see, the sauce is looking beautiful. I'm gonna give it one more last taste. Very good. If you're not sure about the consistency, if it's thick enough, just put it on the plate and see what it looks like. Looks beautiful. If you let it sit too long here, it's going to get a little thick. Just add another drop. Now we're going to just plate our chicken. Scatter the artichokes. Sauce. And then I like to sprinkle the parsley on the plate, but you can do it in the sauce if you like. And there you have it, chicken piccata. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.